Yo, what's good YouTube? Zai here. Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Ajaxkin here. We are outside recording this because I pretty much had the video I wanted to record all edited and ready to upload, but then I realized it's too long of a video for my liking. We kind of have to fix up a lot of the style of it. And instead of playing a drive in every stadium, I'm just going to tour them all and let you guys pretty much, just because it's a way shorter video, because I thought I was only going to have like a 15-20 minute video, or like a 15-minute video. It's 25 minutes long, and I don't want that to be something you guys are forced to watch. So what I'm doing is I have to edit it down into a way shorter video for you guys to watch. That way you guys can actually watch it and not sit there for a second and be like, even though you guys clicked off the video anyways, but essentially the whole point of the video is me touring the stadiums, not playing a drive in them. So that's what we're going to be doing. So yeah, let's get right into it. Stadium one's obviously going to be our M&T Bank Stadium, but I will be doing, at the end of the video, I will also be ranking these based on how much I liked them to how much I hated them. But guys, it's pretty simple for being honest here. You got the logo. It's obviously the best logo in the NFL in my opinion, but that's just me. You guys can see the end zones there, like look at it. And I like what they did with the end zones for this year. Like, if I can zoom in here. I gotta zoom in. You guys can see Mo's highlighted. That's because he's actually a super fan of the Ravens that died, I think, like 3 years ago, and this is how they honor him, which is cool. They highlight the MO in Baltimore. And if we scurry on, I want to say they did something. I don't know if they did anything down here as well. No, but you see that. Then also, every stadium has this thing like end racism as well as positive play, and it takes all of us. Yeah, the banner around the outside of the stadium is pretty cool as well, if you see it. Like, you got the Raven there. Yeah, where it says Baltimore Ravens. Obviously, you guys may know if you guys watch football, you'll know what the stadium looks like, but it's just a cool way to look at the stadium. Then also the scoreboard, like, honestly, that's just cool. Not gonna lie, I'd love to visit this place one day, but enough of this stadium. We gotta get into our second game here. But you guys can hear we're in the Daily Arena now. Which is lacking, it's a little clunky, I will say, with the high quality, but it doesn't matter. We're just going to get a simple touchdown real quick, which is nice. I wasn't expecting this, but holy crap, we just scored on our first play of the game. I'll take it. You guys, because we scored pretty quick, but this is the Daily Arena Stadium, or MCS. It would have been cool if we were able to unlock this so I can use this in like Arena 1, 2, 3, or 4, but they decided against it. But you guys see here, we have the MCS logo. The end zones are pretty much just empty, which does suck. They could have done something cool with that for like during the season, like if there was like a certain like Super Bowl, you had the Super Bowl version of this. So it's pretty empty, pretty mid, but you guys can see it looks like we're in Allegiant Stadium actually as well. I could be wrong, but I believe we're in Allegiant Stadium. But we do have the Google Play Games beta stuff, which is for like their PC thing they started recently. Like, yeah, throughout the year, they pretty much updated this throughout the year. Like, they had a Kroger's one at one point. They had, I think, Pizza Hut at one point, and Chunky's Soup. If I can find videos of me playing Daily Arena where I have those, I'm going to put them here. But I don't remember too well if they did or not, so yeah, I will say this stadium's pretty bad, but overall it seems clean enough for me to play in if I wanted to once in a while. Okay guys, we are in the Madden Mobile 22 Thanksgiving Stadium. It looks similar to what we had this year. I don't remember what it looks like too well, but this is it. And we got stuck in a thing where we're down by like 800 overall in Arena 3, so yeah. Yeah guys, we did fail the drive, but that's not what it's about. Also, this stadium has no midfield logo, which sucks. They could have done a lot better with that from last year. That was the one downside last year. You guys can see the stadium, though, does have the diamonds, though, here. Like, those two diamond things on the side, like, for the end zone, which is somewhat cool. But they could have done something in the middle, at least. Like, put the Feast logo in the middle. Or, like, the turkey in the middle. That's what they could have done. Put the turkey in the middle. That you guys can see on the barriers over here. If I can... I hate these joysticks on these things. They need to fix the camera stuff for next year. Like, put, like, those turkey logos in the middle of the stadium. That would have been nice, at least. But they didn't do that, but... I do like the background, I will say. Having, like, those silos here, I believe. You have those, like, giant silos right there. And you got, like, the trucks in the background. A bunch of fans right there standing. It's pretty cool. Then you got the clock view speed run all the way over here. You got the corn maze, it looks like. You got some fans going on. And you got a scoreboard right here. That doesn't work, but it is what it is. I will say a little underwhelming, but it was definitely a cool concept last year, though, I will say. Okay, guys, we're here. We're in our third game here. We got some random matchup, but it doesn't matter. But the stadium is a little cleaned up, I would say, for this year's Thanksgiving one. I wanted to do this one right after just to like compare the two and show you guys the differences, I guess. But you guys can already tell a few of them. But I'm gonna go over that right after this drive. Looks the exact same pretty much, but they did make the field look a little bit dirtier, if that makes sense, which is cool. And instead of in the end zone, you got lines instead of diamonds, which looks okay. Could have done a little more, like I said, but this also on high quality. What I do like about this one compared to the other one, they have a barn over there. Like, look, they have a barn all the way in the distance over there, and like a tractor, which looks cool. It looks cleaner as well, I feel like, on this one. Zooming out makes it go way faster. Same thing over here, like, look. And the scoreboard's there, still broken, but that's cool. Yeah, like a scoreboard there. The trees look a lot better in this one, too. No silos, though, which is disappointing, but, you know, for the stands, you got, like, classic high school football stands, which I don't mind, but I feel like they could have done a little more with this stadium, I will be honest. But overall, pretty cool. Okay, guys, I did not know this. We're in Drive 2, but you can actually switch arenas in the same arena game, or switch stadiums in the same arena game, which I did not know at all. So that's what we're going to be doing for the rest of the video, it looks like, because it looks cool. I feel like that they somehow created, like, their own, like, custom cool logo here. But I don't understand the shapes. Why are those there? Electronic Arts, cool. Don't understand the shapes at all, but the end zones are cool. You got, like, a blue toy one. We can go all the way over to this end zone, and it's red, which is cool. Then also, I will say this is probably like I said, my favorite one from last year. And the details go to show a moving train walking around here. You got like the Ginger Bowl sign. So like it's from like Techno Bowl, I believe. I could be wrong, but it's like a retro style. You're on like the floor. Even cool. You got like a robot there, a present. The stadium looks cool, like the seats. But it's obviously just all cartoonish. Then over here, look. They outdid themselves last year on this stadium. Probably my favorite in the whole game. Other than maybe one of them, if we're being honest. So, yeah, then you got some off-brand Play-Doh right there. But my favorite part has to be that moving train, which we have to watch go by one more time. Oh, shit. We have to watch this thing go by one more time at least. So we're going to watch it go by. Okay, into the next stage. Okay, guys, we're now in our third stadium in this game. We got the Pro Bowl stadium from last year. They could have done something like it this year, honestly, which I think they were going to, but it was in Vegas. You can't really change anything different if it looks the exact same as it did last year, so I understand why they didn't give us one, but they could have at least tried. I had to hop into another game just to look at the stadium, but you guys see we have the basic NFL logo for Pro Bowl. Makes sense. We zoom out, you got the Pro Bowl logos, which was cool. Reno's in Las Vegas, he can't really do too much about that. Obviously, the end zone, you guys can see Pro Bowl AFC. Let me zoom in so it's a little slower here. Pro Bowl AFC. We go all the way down to here. We got Pro Bowl NFC. It's pretty cool. I mean, basic stuff that they did in the stadiums all year. You guys can see the banners. So, I don't know what this is, but that's cool. I mean, you got like the banner all the way around, which is pretty cool. And you know how, guys, I know how I thought the Daily Arena was in Allegiant Stadium? I lied, but it's a dome stadium, so I was close. I don't know which stadium it is, but of course we got Positive Play, which is honestly I think one of the first games I've seen that actually says that, other than our M&T Bank Stadium, which is, I guess, cool. So and then you guys got the scoreboards over here, it looks like. But you guys can tell what's from last year, though. It's not updated enough to this year's. But hey, I'm not the one complaining. Okay, guys, we're into our next stadium here, which is the Madden the Halloween one from actually, I think this is from Madden 15, actually, believe it or not. So, we're looking at this stadium next, which you guys can already tell, it looks scary. Let's get right into it. Okay, guys, I will say this, by far my favorite logo of the year for a promo, right here. Like, I love this midfield logo. It's pretty cool. They should have done more like this. Like, not every promo should have a stadium, but like Halloween, Thanksgiving, obviously looks similar. You already seen. And Super Bowl should have given us a stadium, which would have been cool, but they didn't do that. Or Pro Bowl, but I'm not EA, so I can't tell them what to do. And also, the stadium, but this was an older stadium. There is no, like, end zone logos, which is a little disappointing, but for this caliber of a stadium, I don't think it would have made sense. Plus, it just looks cool. You guys can also see along the alley, you got, like, a giant, if I can actually control this thing, you got, like, a giant corn maze over here that leads over to here to this broken down shackle of a house, if that's what we're going to call it. Then we're going to get more of a corn maze, but I do like this touch of the end zone poles. Got these vines, which is cool. Which yet again goes back to the house with pumpkins. Got more of the corn maze here. And if we go all the way around, got ourselves some giant pumpkins over here, which looks cool. And it looks like it's powered by the field goal post, actually. So yeah. Also, that's the closest thing I've actually gotten to seeing a camera here. Believe it or not. Those cameras are very high detailed. So guys, here we are on the next stadium here. It's Most Feared from Madden Mobile 23. It was the second one that came out with Halloween, which I think is the first time they've released a promo where you can get 2 stadiums at once, which was cool. As I will say, by far probably my favorite stadium of this year is probably my favorite. Most Feared, the logo's pretty cool. And the thing that if we go to the end zones, my favorite part of the stadiums, honestly. Look at how detailed these are. Like, it's very detailed. Same thing with the other end zone. It looks the same, but it's pretty detailed if you ask me. Can I zoom out all the way? I can. Holy cow. I didn't know this, but you guys see, we got like, wait, can we, but it makes it easier. On this side of the end zone, you got like looks like a end zone like horror attraction. Looks cool. You guys got this giant like Elevator's Emporium. I don't know exactly what an Emporium is. Let me know down below what it is, but got a cool little tent there. But man, these lights are something. Especially the freaking roller coasters we see everywhere around here. Like, are we at some... Oh, well, it's a carnival, so it would make sense, but... Got the Ferris wheel, got another roller coaster there. Then one of those rides I don't really like necessarily right there. I want to be honest, this is probably my favorite one of all of them, other than the Most Feared Carnival one, if we're being honest. But yeah, also kind of bright. Not gonna lie, it's too bright for me, but you guys can see we have the basic Ultimate Freeze logo. And if we zoom out all the way, same thing with the end zones. They say Ultimate Freeze. You guys can read upside down. Hopefully it says Ultimate Freeze there, which is pretty cool. Could have been a little better, but that's my favorite part of the stadium right there. The giant football right there, made of ice. On top of like a stage, which is even cooler. And you guys got like the corner banners here, which you can't really see too well. Oh, it just says freeze, but pretty cool. I do like this moving Tron thing, the lights, LED light strips, which are cool. Then there's the other side of the stadium, which is Ultimate Freeze. Then I would say that's the scoreboard right there. I could be wrong, but it's a pretty big scoreboard, pretty interesting. We're also in like a giant igloo, it looks like. Which I don't know if you guys can tell. Then this part here. And right here it says Ultimate Freeze, which is cool. I like the way they have like the font cracked as well. But yeah, overall, genuinely one of my favorite stadiums. Let's get right into the next one. Guys, we're officially up at our last stadium in Madden Mobile 23 here, the Moon Base. Definitely a cool one because of like how the field looks. And yeah. Pretty much this is an exact copy paste from last year. But overall, cool stadium. The logo's insane. Like in the field, you guys can see it like glows like every second. It flashes, which is even cooler. I will say the only disappointing part is like there's not really too many like things going on the moon, which makes sense. I mean, you're also in a giant moon base here, and some like contraption they built. There's even some metal things there, which is cool. You guys can also see like a lot of like the crates and moon vehicles like rovers. Then there's our scoreboards there with a bunch of flags on it. I'm guessing of countries that have landed on the moon. I could be wrong. You move on over here, you got a satellite dish, giant moon hill, some more of those things I was talking about, then a bunch of solar panels. Which, I don't know where the moon is, or the sun is, but why they have solar panels on the moon? No clue. Then last but not least, Earth. Yeah, just Earth. That's like literally the best part about this. You're able to see the planet from here. Now guys, that does pretty much bring us to the end of our review of all the stadiums. Now pretty much to do like a quick overview, I'm going to rank them from 10 to 1 based on how much I liked them, how much I hated them. But coming in at number 10 will be the Daily Arena. Too much to really go off of, other than the fact they updated it throughout the year, but nothing really too cool. So yeah, coming in at number 9 will be Madden 22 Feast. I don't know what it was about it. I just didn't really like it too much. Like, they didn't really have a logo at midfield. I mean, the end zones were cool in the background, but just not really too much for me to want to keep using it, if that makes sense. Number 8, I'm going to put Allegiant Stadium. Kind of a shocker, but it's the Pro Bowl. It's kind of what you were expecting. They could have had a few new cool things, but I can't really go off of too much. It's just a basic stadium. And at number 7 will be our M&T Bank Stadium. Because let's be honest, guys, it's a basic NFL stadium. It's not getting top 3, even though it is the Ravens, but it's just an NFL stadium, if I'm being honest. But it is better than some of the ones they came out with. So that's why it earns the number 7. Coming in at number 6 will be this year's Madden Harvest Stadium. It was clean. It was nice. Pretty much what we wanted from a stadium, and one I would use genuinely again if I wanted to, but not today. But it was just better than last year's stadium, which was cool. That's why this earns the number 6 spot. And at number 5 will be the Ultimate Free Stadium, believe it or not. I did say this was one of my favorites from this year, but I will say the only flaw to this, which is only like few minor flaws with each stadium, but this one, it was too bright. Like, let's say I wanted to use all white uniforms on the stadium. That's fine. It's just going to be bright as heck when you're trying to play on it. I mean, you're going to be able to see your players, but it's just too bright for me. Let's see if I'm half blind, kind of. So yeah, that's why this earns the number 5 spot. We'll put Carnival Stadium. Also a shocker, I would say. But there's not really any flaws to this, I would say, other than maybe it was a little too, like, grim and dark for the background. But it was a Halloween season, so I can't really complain too much about that. I mean, the end zones were cool. The backgrounds were cool. I feel like they could have just added a little more to, like, the end zone area. That's really all. That's why this earns the number 4. I'm going to go with Moonbase. Sorely because there's not really any flaws with it, but see, it feels a little empty. That's the only minor flaw. It feels a little empty, but other than that, the glowing field makes up for it. And so does just us being able to see Earth. I mean, coming in at number 2 will be Field of Fear. Now, these are probably going to go off of me and say, like, oh, why'd you rank Moonbase lower if it's less empty than Field of Fear? Listen, when you want a good stadium, you want, for Halloween especially, you want it to be spooky. And this brings out the spooky, I would say. It's filled just enough to where you want to play it over and over again. And just simply, I love this stadium, for being honest here. Free stadium from last year, which seems kind of corny. I'm giving it to a stadium from last year, but it just had some features we had never seen before, if I'm being honest. Like a moving background, us being on the floor, throwing it back like it's 1996. And just simply a great stadium if you ever want one. This is the one to play on, which I'm probably going to keep on for the rest of the year, if I'm being honest, at this point. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I understand this isn't going to be a video a lot of people are going to want to watch, so if you did stick around till the end, let me know down below what stadium you really liked, honestly. And yeah, that's really it. So, but you guys are all the best. God bless. This is Zai, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.